what's the deal? You got Along with the Six Skin Poet here to do a video response to 4 Degrees of Black for the third time. Fucking YouTube. um, I just wanted to add my Along with the Six Skin Poet perspective that I feel like we should follow nature. In nature, you have people, animals, different situations where a child is made, and different stages of that. It's certain. There's a gender's job, and ultimately, when it really comes down to it, it's has to do with the two that conceive the child, the male and the female. But at certain times, it's a shared responsibility, and then sometimes it's an individual responsibility. No one can tell a man of whether or not he can do his job. Only that man knows whether or not he's going to do his job. Same thing with the woman. Only the woman knows when she's able to do her job. Therefore, I don't think anyone else should dictate what that person should be doing at certain times during that situation. I mean, when we're talking about taking the embryo out and doing different things, that's a violation of a person's. I mean, I personally, if I ever had kids, I wouldn't want anyone else with my kids without me having control over that. I think there are some legal situations and some very minuscule situations. There's a minuscule percentage of situations where people should come in and dictate that. But to just mainstream that and just give other people that kind of control, that's a violation of people's rights. And I think that that's wrong. Different stages of growth, as far as the conceiving of the child. Two people come together, male and female, and they have the child. And during that stage, it was in the beginning. It was the male and the female's choice to come together to have the child, but then it becomes the woman's responsibility. That man is not going to produce milk or go through the hormonal changes or carry the child. Hell, most of the time the motherfucker ain't even there. So, and that's just being real. But I just feel like no one's going to come in and dictate that woman no more than you would want somebody to come into your department at your job and tell you how to do your job. Because even though you work for the same company, you have a specific job function that is not shared with someone else. And so in that particular perspective, yes, I do think women are going to come after this video, and that's just because that's their right, their choice. At that point in time, no one else can dictate whether or not they're going to be a responsible parent, because they are the sole responsible party in that particular case. Nobody else is going to take that responsibility. And I don't think it's fair for anybody else to come in and try to control that or dictate what that person should be doing. It's a violation of that person's rights. But I think the perspectives are a little confused, because so many people have so much to say about a woman, whether she can or can't have a child. But the actual issue is not whether the woman, in my opinion, is not whether the woman actually can or can't have the child, is who's fucking taking care of it. Because after the child comes out, then I see that as the biggest problem. The father's not there. And in some situations, cases, the mother's not there. But you have so many people that's trying to dictate whether or not a person can or can't have the child. But I think more emphasis needs to be put on, once the child is here, what's done with the child. That's when other people need to step in. Or to even go a step beyond that, or this should be the first step that's taken, is to actually look at the reasons why people are having kids and have no clue all the responsibility that is included with making those types of choices. And so I think more emphasis needs to be put on the direction that we should go with that. I think that there's just too many young people are being educated about the wrong things, watching things on TV and different subject matter that they come in contact with. They see irresponsibility in adults, and they go on to make adult decisions as children. But I think that's the larger picture of it, and I just think that it's a woman's ultimately it's a woman's choice. It's a woman's choice during that period of time after which the child is born. Then it becomes the man takes on his role, and that in that particular case, then there is room to argue. But if it were reversed, if I'm trying to be open minded, if it was reversed and men carried women and women just that, I wouldn't want women trying to step over and tell me how to do my job. I just think that that's far fetched. But anyway, along with the Six Skin Poet, two fingers, and I'm out.